All right, we are talking about your money now with Aging in Style with Vitale Wealth Management. Most people focus on saving money when it comes to retirement, but how do you withdraw that money? It's just as important to know. Joining us now is President and owner Joe Vitale. We appreciate you being here. And as always, we have that handy little QR code you can use with your camera app on your phone to get Joe's helpful newsletter, Financial Vitals, all the latest in market trends and financial news. All right, now when we talk about preparing for retirement, most of the focus is on how much we save, but you say that how we withdraw that money is just as important. Yeah. Tax diversification. Why is that such a game changer for retirees?
Everybody thinks they're going to be in a lower tax bracket in retirement. They're like, oh, I'm making my money now. When I retire, I'll be so low taxes it doesn't matter. So they'll have all the money in IRAs, 401ks. But then they start pulling it out, and before you know it, there could be in a higher tax bracket because they could have too much pre-tax. So we want to make sure that we have a system where there's money in pre-tax, after-tax, tax-free. So no matter what happens, you've got money that's not going to affect your Social Security taxation, or it's not going to throw you into a higher tax bracket, or all of a sudden your Medicare premiums aren't going to go up, because people don't realize if you go to a higher tax bracket, depending on the bracket, your Medicare premiums could even double. And they don't even realize that.
Wow. Now, you brought a great visual concept to help us kind of break this down called the 3 buckets. So let's start with bucket number 1, the taxable bucket. What sort of assets belong there, and really how do they fit into a retiree's immediate income strategy?
Well, taxable would be like your bank accounts, even though a lot of them don't make a lot of money, but their CDs, maybe you have a stock portfolio that's getting dividends, and that's not going to be taxable. That could be taxed as long-term capital gains. It could be taxed as ordinary income for dividends, but your CDs also affect your taxable income. You know, that interest that you're getting will go on your tax returns every year, and you'll pay tax on that as well.
Interesting. All right, now bucket number 2, tax deferred, and this is where a lot of people have the bulk of their savings, like traditional 401 or even IRAs. Why does this bucket, though, represent a potential tax time bomb if it's not managed correctly?
It's huge, because traditionally everybody, if nothing else, they do it right where they maximize their 401ks, and they come to retirement, they got $1 million, $2 million. It's like, oh my gosh, we're good, we're in great shape. Then and that's the same thing where I said all of a sudden they think they're going to be in a lower tax bracket, but then they never want to touch it because they don't want to pay tax on it, and it'll throw them into a higher bracket. Then what could happen as a result, required minimum distributions happen at 73 or 75 years old, and now you got to be paying that $40, $50, $80, $100,000 you have to take in income every year, and that throws you into a higher tax bracket. Another thing is what happens, we talk about the widow's penalty. If one of them passes away, now you're going from married filing jointly to a single file, and you still have to take that $80,000, $100,000 a year, and you're in a higher tax bracket as well. So you really need to look at strategies for doing, we talk about Roth conversions, we talk about strategies to maximize the brackets when you can, so down the road it doesn't throw you into higher brackets.
All right, now the third bucket, if you will, is tax-free, and that sounds like the ideal scenario. How do those accounts you mentioned, like Roth IRAs, fit into this bucket, and then why is this so valuable for long-term planning?
Oh my gosh, Roth IRAs are great. I mean, right now but a lot of people don't have enough of those. Thankfully, we're starting to see with some simple IRAs, with 401ks, where their employers are allowing you to go into a Roth IRA, and even where they'll match your contributions. You can even match your Roth IRA contributions. Or if you're doing your 401k, please do a Roth outside of that, because you can still do that as well. It's so important because, again, if you don't have enough tax-free income, you may have a big emergency expense of a $40,000 roof, or you want to do something to your house, and now you got to take it all out of your pre-tax, throws you into a higher bracket. Your taxes are you're going to pay tax on Social Security now. So if you don't have it, another one is we look at life insurance. There's some we call life insurance retirement programs where you can accrue tax-free money and pull it out tax-free. And if you never use it, of course, it goes tax-free to your beneficiaries. But it has so many tax-free living benefits. It's a great addition to a really good comprehensive plan. Every plan is different. Not everybody can do it, but we always want to make sure that if nothing else, you get those Roths going, because you need that bucket of tax-free money. And oh, by the way, if you don't use it, where a lot of people say, well, I'll never use all this money, or I don't care if I leave it, they'll have this big nest egg going to their kids, and it's all going to be taxable within a 10-year period of time. They can't stretch it out. So it's a huge time bomb down the road if you don't plan on the front end.
Interesting. And how do these three buckets work together? And then is there really a specific order or a strategy for withdrawing them to keep your tax bracket as low as possible?
Absolutely. That's something we do. That's where we say, well, Joe, why would I hire you? What do you do for me? And this is part of what we do for you is we make sure we maximize your brackets. We pull money from taxable, from tax-free, from after tax. Just ways to make sure that we look at your brackets, keep you in the right position, and that's what we do. Every month you got that paycheck, that reliable income coming in, that sleep at night insurance, right, that comes in every month. So we make sure in retirement that we strategically do it where no matter what happens, you got the income and your taxes are where they should be and not paying too much. Where if you don't have that, you could go into the next bracket without even knowing.
And we can get some advice like this by sitting down with you, a free consultation.
And that's what we offer, absolutely. And it's a great, I mean, we definitely take time, and I'd love to help people get that. And that's one way is like a lot of people don't know. They're like, well, I think I'm going to be okay, or I don't know, how am I going to do this? Let me show you how we're going to do it. Let me give you a 30-year roadmap. Let me show you a Roth done right strategy where I can give you the best actual way to do a Roth conversion without paying too much tax.
All right, well, thank you. We want to make sure, too, everyone can get in touch with you. For those updates, as we mentioned, go and make sure you get that newsletter, Financial Vitals. If you want to reach out and talk to Joe, you can go to hot links at the top of our homepage, WNEM.com. We have the Aging in Style page as well. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.